Hello everyone, my name is Acero Leon. I am going to speak about my research project. I am going to use for this presentation or for to explain my research project a little presentation about Canva. Okay, we are going to start research project. In this introduction, I am going to speak about why I choose this topic for my investigation. And in my introduction, I wrote about the important things about the pandemic and why I choose this topic. Okay, I am going to read the first paragraph for you understand this topic. A photograph of a child captured by his mother in Georgia, USA, is one of the main purposes of investigating this research project. It is described to cry a child who doesn't understand the dynamics of adopting this method. The frustration goes beyond technological resources and connectivity. It is go beyond being able to able a computer or a cell phone. Okay, I am going to speak about the pandemic. What was the principal thing that this pandemic gave us in the last year, or maybe in this year, but I am going to speak about the last year. I think that this pandemic was very difficult for like a teacher, like a student, like a parent, because many students didn't have the necessary resources for to have excuse me a good education. Okay, the type of this study is according to the types of study, the research was located in the quantitative approach as determinant of a data and qualitative show the applied instrument. It was descriptive, excuse me, since it is a main objective whose was to identify the difficulties into implementation of a virtual education of a primary school, a student at home in the city town of Ocaña, Norte Santander, in the specific area in the central eastern sector. I had the opportunity to made a little classes in a little school, and for me it was very difficult to see the difficulties that have had some people for to receive the classes because many people, many students, many parents didn't have the computer or a good cell phone for to have a good classes. Okay. Okay, the population and the study was made up of 12 people, including teachers, students, and parents, all from the sector and with the incidents in neighborhood sector of the municipality distributed in different cardinal areas of the region. Distributed from the following perception: teacher 5, student 3, and parents 4. I think that the most important is the education is like a circle, and like a parent, teacher, and student is very important for to make a little connection and to know what are the conclusion for our project and investigation. Okay, the sample was selected in a stratified random way, which was grouped by characteristics related in the educational sector, where families were chosen under this premise, and will share the link with education from its various approaches. Okay, the methodology for collecting data, I use a survey. Send to the teacher and the tutor, excuse me, the survey, and I think that was very important and was very necessary to make that survey because give us the important data. This instrument sought to make an approach in order to study educational community with the intention of doing an exploration of reality and identifying the problem or situation that it is the object to the study of the research. For this purpose, the respective instrument was applied with the active participation of the community within the academic context. with the main and expanding the information that was previously investigated. Okay. I like a conclusion. I think that with this project, I learned many things, like parents, students, teacher, and me, because I made my project with them. Okay, conclusion. The pandemic set an imaginary scenario for anyone in Colombia, and education was not immune to this phenomenon. Education, especially primary education, has perhaps been the one that has had the most difficulty because the children were not used the limiting their activities. I think that excuse me. I think that the education was very excuse me, had a big problem with this phenomenon because I think that we didn't have prepared for this situation. The second conclusion is difficulties have only parents and teacher inside. This had been an wake up call to straight the bond between parents, student, teacher, and generate strategies around the street. The phenomenon of virtual education must be revived. Colombia has limited tools, very important. The resources to establish basic primary education programs are not enough to cover even 40% of the child population. Okay? And the last conclusion, the impact of digital tools only partly covers certain departments. The government must manage the delivers of resources such a computer of a shield for children. Current programs cover urban areas and only a small part of rural areas. Thank you for that attention, and I hope that you like my project. Thank you.